All right, quick update on the Virago 1100 bobber build. This is what I ended up doing for the seat. Try to get in here, let you guys kind of see kind of how I built that. Electrons are still going to go underneath. There's enough clearance there. I think that ends up being like 1.5 inches to maybe just 1 3/4 inches, something like that at the largest point there. But doesn't look too bad. I think once it's all painted up, it'll look good. Basically bolts in at the front. Pull that out. Sorry for them, but it's kind of what I came up with. Set screws in the back. I can actually tighten those down, take the play out of the seat. But that's what I went with. The existing seat pan, or the seat pan that came with the kit, is what I welded in here. You kind of see I notched it all out up at the front, cut all that out so the electrical is still clear underneath. I may have to get in there and cut just a touch more out right in here. We'll see how that all plays. I don't know. I may end up cutting kind of all that out down to this bend down in here. Just bringing that straight down. It's about another 1/2 inch, something like that, to get that down in there. But that'll get all my wiring back. Kind of plan to clean everything up and try to hide it in this area a little bit. There's not a ton of wires. This is basically all of the wiring right here. So there's some of this. This is what goes up and actually connects to the ignition. So outside of that, there's some other connectors and stuff that'll be in there, but tape it all up good. It shouldn't be that noticeable. There's not a ton of wiring going on. All this runs down the side of the bike up underneath the tank. So that's kind of the pile of stuff I've taken off so far. Rear fender's down there, tank over here. I'll have to finish cleaning it up. I think I'm gonna redo. I know I brought this up, I think, in one of the videos, but you can kind of see how I ran that. I think based off the location of where this comes out now, depending on how I do this, but it should. That actually drops in here. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is cut this out on the back side right in here, and then bring that down and straight over to the carburetor. So the actual fuel line will run somewhere in here, I believe. May try to bring it up, up through here somehow. I don't know. We'll see how that all goes back together. Currently I had it setting up through here. It 90s down, comes through here, and then that reducer piece set like right in here, which isn't bad. It'll work. It's kind of a pain to get the tank back on. You got to fish that piece through here, and it may be just a matter of trimming some of this up and make it a little easier to route it too. So we'll kind of see how that all goes together when I start putting it back together. But outside of that, I think everything else, I've still got to figure out this exhaust bracket here for this, because this will all go up into, as you can see, it's kind of a pain to get this in there just right, just with one hand. There we go. But that kind of sets something like that in the bike. So getting this bolt here to start is a pain in the butt. So for right now, I'm going to leave it like it is. I think once I get all this wrapped, because that'll actually set to something like that, which I've got some clearance between the head. I know it's a little tight up around the head on the bike, but I think once I wrap it, get it taped down, I don't see it being a huge issue. So we'll kind of see and feel how much heat's coming off of that and how everything feels once I get it done. If it doesn't work, pretty easy, pull the exhaust back off and go with an aftermarket or try again. But I think it'll work. Like I said, once I wrap it, that'll knock a lot of the heat off the cylinders. Still planning on putting that bracket off of this bolt. basically welding a plate either onto this one or that one. The other one will have a stud, feeds through it, tighten them all up together. So it's kind of the plan. Takes some of the vibration and bounce out of it. I mean, there's not a lot in it, but it ain't gonna hurt to have another support spot. So, but I'm gonna continue. The next thing, pull the fender off. I've got to get these forks off. Headlights still got to come off. And pull the motor out and start pulling the rear end apart. I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep the battery box on the bike. It didn't turn out too bad. I ended up having to notch a lot more out of it than what I really initially wanted to do, but it didn't turn out bad. Once it's all put together, I think it's going to look all right. You're basically going to see your 2 wires coming out, and you're going to have some wiring up in here from your brake switch, tail light, that type of stuff, and then wires to your coil and all that'll be coming up. But for the most part, it'll be pretty clean. I don't think I'm going to put the plastic guard back in here. I think I'm just going to leave this open, trim all these little brackets off here and here, and kind of clean all that up, because really the only thing I've got is a rectifier, and currently I have it mounted here, sitting up here kind of out of the way in this area. I may put it back there. Just kind of depends on how much heat's in this area. If there's a ton, I'll flip it around, maybe mount it on the back of the ammo box, or who knows, drop it somewhere. Or crap, I could probably put it up underneath the back there. But anyway, kind of wanted to give an update on the seat. I know it's not the prettiest mount right now, but I think once I clean everything up, get some paint on it, it'll look good. Originally yesterday, I was almost at the point where I was about to cut all this out and build kind of my own back end, straighten that all out, and make it wide enough where I could set a plate and put the springs and everything on the seat. But maybe the next build. I really, there for a little bit on this one, thought about even going hardtail and just completely redoing the whole rear section, taking that from there down to the back end and doing my own thing. But I think I like the stance. The bike's comfortable. It doesn't feel too bad sitting on it. I don't even know. I may put some forward controls on it or do something a little different on the controls and brake and that type of stuff. But for right now, it's not a bad feeling bike to ride. So I think I'm gonna leave it like it is, and just put it all back together once I get it stripped down. So kind of excited to get these tires off, get them cleaned up, see what those rims are gonna look like. And I'm gonna order new tires for it. They're not bad, but they're worn. So if I'm gonna have it already down to that point, might as well put tires and have it back together as a new bike. So other than that, I think that's about all I've done. Like I said, other than strip everything down off of it. But kind of wanted to throw this video together. I'm thinking about doing some stuff a little different on these videos and trying to do a little more of the actual build, like building the brackets and different stuff. But we'll see. Right now I'm doing all this off the phone, so it's kind of difficult to take video and work. And I know there's a ton of videos out there, so I'm sure if you're looking for it, you'll find it somewhere else. But I know if there's some stuff on here that I haven't been able to find, and so try to make some videos for that. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and please subscribe.